Bees are fascinating creatures that play a vital role in our ecosystem. They are responsible for pollinating plants, which allows them to reproduce. Without bees, many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and flowers would not exist. In addition to their role in pollination, bees also produce honey and beeswax. Honey is a natural sweetener that has been used for centuries for food and medicinal purposes. Beeswax is a versatile substance that is used in a variety of products, including candles, cosmetics, and food packaging. Unfortunately, bees are facing a number of threats, including habitat loss, climate change, and pesticides. We need to take action to protect these important creatures and ensure that they continue to play their vital role in our ecosystem. A honeybee colony is a complex and fascinating social structure. It is made up of 3 types of bees: the queen, the workers, and the drones. The queen bee is the only female bee in the colony who can lay eggs. She is responsible for laying all of the eggs that will produce new bees. The worker bees are all female bees who are responsible for all of the tasks that need to be done to keep the colony running smoothly. They build the hive, collect food, and care for the young bees. The drones are the only male bees in the colony. Their only job is to mate with the queen bee. Once they have mated, they are kicked out of the hive and left to die. Each bee in the colony has a specific role to play, and they all work together to keep the colony running smoothly. The honeybee colony is a fascinating example of how social insects can work together to achieve great things. The life cycle of a bee is a fascinating process. It begins with an egg, which is laid by the queen bee in a honeycomb cell. The egg hatches into a larva, which is a small, white, legless creature. The larva is fed by nurse bees, and it grows rapidly. After a few days, the larva spins a cocoon around itself and enters the pupal stage. Inside the cocoon, the larva transforms into an adult bee. After a few weeks, the adult bee emerges from the cocoon and begins its work in the colony. Bees play a vital role in the ecosystem. They are responsible for pollinating plants, which allows them to reproduce. Without bees, many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and flowers would not exist. Bees pollinate plants by transferring pollen from the male anthers to the female stigmas. This process is essential for fertilization, which allows the plant to produce seeds. Bees are also important for the reproduction of many wild plants, including wildflowers and trees. In addition to their role in pollination, bees also play a role in the cycling of nutrients. They collect nectar and pollen from flowers, which they then take back to the hive. These resources are used to feed the bees and their young, and they also help to fertilize the soil. Bees are facing a number of threats, including habitat loss, climate change, and pesticides. Habitat loss is a major threat to bees. As human populations grow, we are encroaching on the natural habitats of bees. This is reducing the amount of food and shelter available to bees, and it is making it more difficult for them to survive. Climate change is another major threat to bees. Bees are adapted to specific climates, and changes in temperature and precipitation can make it difficult for them to survive. Climate change is also leading to more extreme weather events, such as droughts and floods, which can also harm bees. Pesticides are another major threat to bees. Pesticides are used to kill pests, but they can also harm bees. Bees are exposed to pesticides when they collect nectar and pollen from flowers. Pesticides can kill bees outright, or they can weaken their immune systems, making them more susceptible to disease. There are a number of things we can do to help bees. We can plant bee-friendly flowers and plants in our gardens. We can also avoid using pesticides, and we can support beekeepers. Bees are essential to our ecosystem. They pollinate plants, which allows them to reproduce. Without bees, many of our favorite fruits, vegetables, and flowers would not exist. Bees also play a role in the cycling of nutrients and the production of honey and beeswax. Unfortunately, bees are facing a number of threats, including habitat loss, climate change, and pesticides. We need to take action to protect these important creatures and ensure that they continue to play their vital role in our ecosystem. There are a number of things we can do to help bees. We can plant bee-friendly flowers and plants in our gardens. We can also avoid using pesticides, and we can support beekeepers.